Did you know there's a vast network of fungi that could hold the key to the climate fight? This underground network of living machines can show us how to better capture and store excess carbon in the atmosphere. Fungi are so amazing that they occupy their own kingdom next to plants and animals. And get this, we just learned that underground fungi lock down nearly as much carbon dioxide as the US and China emit annually. This is a 400 million year old solution to carbon storage. And we need to cut carbon emissions globally 30% by 2030 or else. So can mushrooms solve the climate crisis? Well, to be clear, it's not actually mushrooms solving anything. Mushrooms are just the periscopes for a vast underground network of fungus that can be a key part of the fight against climate change. New research has shown us that a group of fungi known as mycorrhizae draws down more than 13 million tons of carbon dioxide annually. This groundbreaking discovery came from a study co-authored by Toby Kears, a professor of evolutionary biology in Amsterdam. Kears focused her research on the intricate fungal webs that spread throughout the soil. These hidden systems make up a third of the living biomass of soil, and they express themselves above ground as those fruiting bodies known as mushrooms. The underground network is so big that if it were stretched out into one long filament, the total length would be the width of half our galaxy. But how can this extraordinary network help with climate change? Soil contains about 75% of the Earth's terrestrial carbon, and fungi play a key role in that. This study is the first to calculate how much carbon moves through these subterranean networks. They are basically tiny carbon capitalists working underground to capture as much carbon as possible, and their greed means less carbon in our atmosphere. The fungus then use the carbon to grow, creating a virtuous cycle of nourishment the planet desperately needs. So what's the problem? The planet's mycorrhizal networks are under siege from deforestation and industrial agriculture. What else is new? Common farming techniques like tilling and the overuse of chemical fertilizers and pesticides and increasing heat and droughts have taken a toll on the planet's soil. If nothing changes, more than 90% of the Earth's soil will be degraded by mid-century, and so will the networks of fungi within them. When the gossamer tubes are damaged by things like chemical fertilizers or too much tilling, the carbon gets released back into the atmosphere. Researchers have barely scratched the surface in discovering the full potential of these underground systems. Kears is working with her newly founded Society for the Protection of Underground Networks to collect soil samples from around the world. Their goal is to collect samples from 10,000 locations to create an open source map of the planet's fungal networks. These maps can help chart hotspots where there are strong mycorrhizal networks holding high amounts of carbon underground. Researchers have barely scratched the surface in discovering the full potential of these underground systems. This is an unthinkably gigantic job, and let's face it, we are running out of time. So we gotta wish these scientists luck and invest in their success because we all need it.